Peace and love, family. Welcome back to the channel, Making African Americans Great Again. I promise this year in 21, I'm going to do a lot better with uploads and news as I find it out. In August of 2017, Hurricane Harvey came and devastated parts of Louisiana and Houston, Texas. And when this happened, it was two types of people. You had the prepared and the unprepared. And from an unfortunate standpoint, a lot of people who were unprepared for that event were my people, black people. Not all black people, but a lot. It was black people putting up posts on YouTube and Facebook talking about white folks passing them up in their boats. I want to go back to a movie. There's a scene in the movie Life with Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy. You remember the white only pie scene where the lady was more or less letting him know, I don't care how prestigious you are. I don't care what your education is. I don't care how much money you got. You black and these pies are white only. And she pretty much let him know that these are white only pies. Well, those are white only boats, people. Those people who passed folks by when Hurricane Harvey hit and these people's lives was on the line, those are white only boats. While it seemed heartless and dirty, it's actually nothing wrong with somebody having that mentality. Because when shit hits the fan, survival is the most important thing. And if you don't know these people, you didn't take time out to get to know them before all this shit happened. You didn't speak to them or they didn't speak to you. You didn't invite them to the barbecue. They didn't invite you. Guess what happens when things hit the fan? You become a nobody to them. In fact, you become a threat. It's bad enough that people you know, any prepper, you ask any prepper you know, most preppers have a hidden code. It's one of those codes where they understand when things get crazy, they're going to have to turn off certain switches. For example, my buddy Harvey Martin got me into prepping in 2013. That's when he got me into it. And I hadn't really looked back since. I bought a few guns here, traded a few guns there, changed some supplies out. You know, some supplies when I go out camping work good, some don't. But other than that, I've been hooked on it ever since. And it ain't just helped me in terms of preparing for rainy days with extra food and water. It also helped me out financially because I save money too. I have an extra flow of cash just in case something happens. I tell my wife all the time, we both try to put back an agreed amount of money every week. We both try to put it up just in case something happens. And I think everybody needs that because if shit hits the fan or EMP wipe out all communication or electronics, guess what happens? You can't go to the ATM. And I think this last time when Corona got bad, people were going and literally stockpiling toilet paper. Then you had first-time gun buyers bought guns at an unprecedented record-setting level. Like I said, it's about survival. So when those white folks passed those black people up on those boats, those were white-only boats, people. I hate to say that. But you wouldn't need a white-only boat if you had your own boat. But see, this is a follow-up to my Black People Are Still Asleep video. Because when shit hits the fan, a lot of black people tell me one thing. Oh, they're not going to let that happen. They won't let us be without lights and water and gas for too long. Guess what? They give zero fucks about you when it comes to them. Don't believe me? Okay. I'm going to prove it right now. And I'm going to use Donald Trump to do it. For the last 7 or 8 months, Congress has gone back and forth about a stimulus relief package. And no matter what they try to put on the table, no matter how Trump tried to negotiate with the people, they shut down almost everything he proposed. Even when he said, let's do the $2,000. No, we can't do $2,000. Now all of a sudden, they want to pass the $2,000. Now I get it. A lot of that fell on Mitch McConnell, and his ass is out of there. I get that. But it goes to show you that it took them 7 or 8 months to come up with a stimulus relief package for you all. Now, it took them 1 week to the day, almost to the hour of the Capitol riots to impeach Donald Trump a second time. That took precedent to them over everything. Despite the fact that this man only got 6 or 7 days left in office, they deemed him as a threat. He got the nuclear codes. We don't know what he's going to do before he get out of office. It could be argued that they could have did this 2 or 3 years ago. But they needed him to keep on going in his egotistical way. 'Cause look, while I do support a conservative life, I don't agree with a lot of things Trump did. And the man had an ego out of this world. And Pelosi was smart enough to know that. And they used it. Every word he spoke got used against him. So maybe he didn't really try to incite riots. But his words came back to bite him in his ass. And in my last video, I told y'all, I think that some of those protesters was Antifa. And I also think some of them were Trump supporters. At any rate, what are you going to do if something do hit the fan? Because there's a lot of laws ready to change. Legislation is going to change on a lot of things. You voted for these people. And then when your sons and daughters coming home saying that, it's a man at my school, but he said he a woman and he used the bathroom with me. When your little girls come home telling you that and you get angry about it, guess what's going to happen? They're going to send CPS to your house and take your kids from you because they're going to say you the problem. These are the type of laws they sign into legislation. And if you so Christianly, if you black people are so Christian, how come you voted for a group of people that changed the Bible phrases from a man to a woman? That's a whole new topic. They don't even understand what our man really means. It's not talking about a man in particular, but because they so caught up on this equivalent, this racial, this gender equality crap, they changed the Bible up where if you're a woman, you can say our woman. This is Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats. Joe Biden locked up more black people with his crime bill than any president in the history of the United States. There's still brothers in the penitentiary right now behind Joe Biden's crime bill. Went when they were 16, 17 years old. There's people right now out but can't get a good job because of what happened to the Joe Biden crime bill. I'm not going to talk about Donald Trump and how he signed a Revitalization Act for black people to rebuild urban communities. You could actually get a grant under that act alone and start your business. But you're too busy looking at what's going on in social media. Everybody care about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West breakup. Everybody care about what rapper don't killed who. We are so far behind when it comes to the things we prioritize as a people. I'm not going to be on my soapbox long and people start to tell me that I act like Tommy Sotomayor, but sometimes you just need a real, raw, swift kick in the face. And we need to quit suffering from hip-hop induced stupidity. We can't even, on average, when you have a debate with somebody, most conservatives ask Democratic people, why do you believe that, or why do you believe this when you largely got conservative views? Most blacks don't even know how to answer the question because we don't understand legislation. Now, that's a lot of blacks that do. And for y'all, this video ain't for you. This is for the people that's ill-informed. At any rate, what you gonna do when crap hit the fan, because it's coming? And the same way these white folks want to allow you in their boats, these white folks who have their guns and their ammunition, when they see you coming to try to get help, they probably gonna mow you down. And since black people stand divided anyway, we hate one another. So it's not like it's any hope for us, but I'm still gonna try. If prepping is something that you into, leave me a message. And until next time, peace and love, people.